Madam Speaker, I rise tonight and I want to pay tribute to an incredible story of community spirit that has been accomplished due to an amazing community effort. A pathway has now been constructed at TRL between Fields 1 and 2 to allow for disability access. This pathway was initially a vision to allow passionate rugby league fans, Charles and Mary Lou McGregor Shaw, to be able to access the TRL grounds to watch their young sons play. Following a devastating car accident on Australia Day in 2024, Charles and Mary Lou are currently wheelchair-bound and are tenaciously working through years of rehabilitation. Being able to watch their boys play brings them happiness and an escape from the gruelling medical treatment. The impact of this project has had a large ripple effect, marking an important step towards ensuring accessibility for all, people with disabilities, as well as for the elderly, families with prams and young children, allowing everyone to safely access and enjoy watching their loved ones play on TRL Field 2. Led by Melanie and Terry Moore, the owners of Virginia-based business Paving the Way NT, a group of kind-hearted Territory people and community members have given their own time and money to fund and install a paved pathway to enable all ability access from Field 1 to 2 at the TRL Stadium in Marara. In addition to Melanie and Terry, I acknowledge and voice my immense appreciation to the other local businesses and individuals that generously contributed their time, resources and expertise, without asking for a single cent, all for the betterment of others. The dedication of each and every one of these local heroes has had a tremendous impact on the project and on the many members of our sporting community who regularly use the grounds. And I'd like to pay tribute to Haim Charlie Darwin, with a special thanks to Alex Quinn and his team for his time and expertise in preparing the architectural drawings, to MJ Builders and their team for diligently managing all the regulation, building permits and meetings with government officials, True Flow Services and team for undertaking the digging, groundwork preparation and irrigation works, HB Blocks and Pavers for supplying the large quantity of pavers required for the project, Sage Construction and team for providing all of the raw materials needed to lay the pavers and complete the finishing works, and of course the Paving the Way NT team for the hard work in laying the pavers. I was lucky enough to go out there the other week, Madam Speaker, to see the progress of the path being installed, and it was incredible to see that the young fellas there helping out with the seasoned rugby people. And I know that Terry was he was there leading the project from about 6 a.m, and then at about 9 a.m. he went on to go and coach another team. He's an incredible man, and a special tribute to Melanie and Terry Moore. And this is the kind of community spirit that fills me with pride and reminds me how selfless Territorians are when they hear of someone in need, and I can't thank them enough. And Madam Speaker, I'd also like to pay tribute to the late and great Edith Joyce Hamburg, known as Joy. She was a Goyder resident and the owner of Zandu Rural Retreat. She was known as a legacy lady and insisted on being involved in the Anzac March held annually in Humpty Doo at the Village Green. I have fond memories of seeing her there, watching the parade go on. I'd like to thank her daughter, Gay Ramsey, for informing us of Joy's passing, and her daughter, Kerry Walsh, who spoke on Facebook about Joy's long and interesting life. Rest in peace. And Madam Speaker, the winners of the Northern Territory Education and Care Awards were announced on the 10th of October, and I'm thrilled to congratulate Humpty Doo Primary School and also my mate's mum, Miss Tracy Bond, as a winner of the Outstanding Early Childhood Teacher category. Miss Bond is an absolute asset to the school's preschool and the whole Humpty Doo school community, going in above and beyond and working long hours to ensure everyone in her class is cared for and achieving growth every day, whilst making learning fun. And I've seen some of the art projects that those kids have commissioned at Humpty Doo Primary School, Madam Speaker, and they're far more talented than I am. Tracy is a well-known and loved, having taught at a number of rural schools, including when I was at Gilroy Primary School, and this win is well-deserved recognition of Tracy's years of dedicated service and compassion. And while we're talking about teachers and education, on the 31st of October we will celebrate the 2025 World Teachers' Day in the Territory, a day that reminds us to take our hats off to teachers, to celebrate and acknowledge all of our amazing teachers that inspire and support and empower our young people each and every day. And I'm pleased to see Goyder's own Timidmin College principal, Timidmin College being my former school, and the principal being John Harris, who was my Year 10 teacher, the fearless leader of the school. He is a finalist for Principal of the Year, and I wish him good luck with that. And Miss Lily Coates, who is also a finalist for the Secondary Educator of the Year. Great school, highly recommend it, Madam Speaker. Congratulations, John and Lily. And Madam Speaker, Goyder resident Jessie Rose McDonald was recently announced as the winner of the Early Career Excellence Award at the 2025 NT Allied Health Excellence Awards. Jessie completed her Bachelor in Physiotherapy in 2023 and has worked in a variety of clinical settings. Jessie joined the team at Territory Therapy Solutions to further her skills, and her passion lies in working towards client-centred goals and helping people achieve positive change. Allied health professionals, and I know the Minister for Health will agree with me, are the front line of keeping Territorians well and doing a fantastic job every single day. Allied Health is the third largest clinical workforce across the Northern Territory, so congratulations on your win, Jessie, and thank you for dedicating yourself to keeping Territorians moving freely. And Madam Speaker, in August we had the council elections, the long-awaited local government elections, and I'm pleased to congratulate Mayor Rachel Wright on her election to lead Litchfield Council. I've worked with Rachel for a number of years when I was on council with her, and I considered her to be a good friend. I also would like to pay tribute to the former Mayor, Mr Doug Barden, who is someone who has dedicated the majority of his life, since he could probably walk, to community service, and I wish him well in his retirement. I know Doug is a fierce advocate for the rural area, and I still see him regularly at the markets, and I wish him well. I'd like to also welcome new North Ward Councillor Daisy Crawford to the council. She is a fantastic young mum in the rural area who is very much in tune with the needs of young families and their concerns around the Litchfield Council rate base. And Madam Speaker, I would like to remind anyone watching, in case there is anyone who's keen to put their hands up for the North Ward by-election that has recently opened nominations. The election will be held on the 29th of November 2025, and I wish everybody, I encourage everybody to put their hand up who might be interested in joining the great Litchfield Council and representing their community. It is a tremendous honour. And of course, I'd like to congratulate Kevin Harlan and Emma Sharp on being re-elected to Litchfield Council. Again, I've worked with both of these people for a number of years, and they are fantastic advocates for the rural area. And welcome Pauline Cass to the council, who is someone I've known. I went to school with her son, actually. I've known for many, many years, and while we might disagree on certain topics, I know that she has the community at her heart. And of course, I'd like to pay credit, as I already have, for the greedy Chris Civitaries, who took 47% of the primary vote when he only needed 33. That's 17% he didn't need, Madam Speaker, and he should give it back. And finally, Madam Speaker, on the 26th of October, Team Night Stalker, comprised of Bees Creek residents Alan Stalker and his co-driver Jason Osborne, commenced the 2025 Aussie Muscle Car Run, raising funds for Variety to continue their great work supporting kids and families facing challenging times. Team Night Stalker have been participating in the Aussie Muscle Car Run since 2015, and over the past decade have raised over $110,000 for Variety. The 2025 run commences in Devonport Bluff in Tasmania and finishes in Hobart. Good luck, Alan and Jason. I'm proud to support your efforts to raise money for Variety, and I'm sure you'll share the Territory tough spirit with the folks on the Apple Isle, and I do hope it is nice and warm, Madam Speaker. Thank you.